Hello there, people of YouTube. My name is Hershey King, and you probably never heard of me before because, well, this is my first video. And in my first video, as you can see, I'm going to be teaching you how to solve the 3x3 Rubik's Cube. So, let's get started. So, firstly, I'm going to be teaching you the basics of the Rubik's Cube and the actual structure of it. So, the Rubik's Cube is made up of 3 layers: the top layer, the middle layer, and the bottom layer. Next, the pieces. A lot of people can see it just as a big cube made of a lot of tiny little cubes. They're not actually little cubes. Like, this piece it doesn't have like 4 sides. It just has these 2 sides. So the edge pieces are these, which only have 2 colors. The corner pieces are these, which have 3 colors on them, and then there are the center pieces. The center pieces actually never move. They only rotate. See, these pieces, when I move this, they switch their position from there to there, but the center piece just rotates. And when you see a lot of people going like this, they're not actually moving the center pieces. They're kind of just going like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, like that. To show you what I mean about the center pieces, I've mixed the cube up a little bit. So basically, when I solve this cube, this side here will be the white side. So all of these pieces, when I'm done, will be white. And all these pieces, when I'm done, will be orange. All these pieces will be blue, etc., etc. So now you know the basics and the structure of the cube. I'm going to tell you how exactly I'm going to be solving it. So a lot of people just kind of use common sense to solve the cube. Like, if this piece here needs to go there, they'll know which pieces to move to get that piece there without disturbing anything else. And other people just use algorithms. So R, U prime, R prime, all stuff like that, which I am going to be teaching you about. I am going to be using a mix of both. So first, let me tell you all the algorithms that we're going to be using. So U is basically stands for up. So it's this layer here. So when I say U, you have to move the top layer clockwise. So when I say U, like that. When I say U prime, you move the top layer, U up, counterclockwise. U prime is counterclockwise, like that. So the same thing with the others. So there's D, which is down. So just normal D would be moving it that way, because you have to move it clockwise. And D prime will be moving it the other direction, which is counterclockwise, like that. And then we have R, which is this side here. So when I say R, you have to move it clockwise, like that. So R is R, and then R prime is counterclockwise, like that. And then L, same thing. You have to move it clockwise when I say L, so clockwise. And then L prime, counterclockwise. And then we also have F, which is the front face. So this is easy because you don't have to make sure you're moving clockwise because you're already facing it. So F is that way, clockwise, and F prime is that way, counterclockwise. And then there is B, which is the back one here. And B is a little bit weird because you have to look at it like that and check which way it's going. So if I say B, you have to move it that way because this is clockwise. So, and B prime is that way because that way is counterclockwise. And our last algorithm is M, the middle one. This is just easier than saying R prime, L, R prime, L, R prime, L, R prime, L. Instead, I can just say M, 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 M. And when I say M, you move it that way because if you look at it, it's weird. You have to look at it from the right to see if it's clockwise or not. It's just a thing. And then M prime would just be the opposite direction, like that. But we're not going to be using M prime in this video today. Alright, so here I have mixed it up a little bit so we can finally get started solving the actual cube. So the first step to solving it would be to solve the top layer. So the first step to solve the top layer is to make a white cross here. And we know that it's supposed to be a white cross because this is the white side, and we can tell that because this is the white centerpiece. So to do this, we need white edge pieces, the one with two colors, so that they go on the edges here, not on the corners. So as you can see, there's already a white piece in place there. So it's a white there. But if you look on this side, you can see that this side will be green when we finish it. But this white piece here has a red color here. And this does not match with the green, obviously, because they're two different colors. So when we finish, these may all be green, but this will be red because of how we did the white cross at the start. So we just have to match it up with its correct centerpiece, like that. So now we have the red, and white. So that's one part of the cross solved. Now we just have to find three other pieces and put them in place. So if we look around here, see, we'll be able to find a white edge piece that has another color on it. So if we move it up here so that the white and the white are matching, just like how we did with the red side, we also have to, not only do we have to match it with its correct white piece, but we also have to match it with its center color, which it already is. And if it isn't, for example, if I did it like this, then this would be wrong because it's a white, and then a green, orange. So you have to move it down and move it across to where it's supposed to be, so you match the center pieces, and you just lift it up to the white area. So if we look around and try to find another piece, see, we can find a white-blue piece here, and we know that that piece has to go here because it's a white and a blue piece that we're missing there. So if we move this white-blue piece all the way across to here, we could just lift it up, and then ta-da, it's in place. So now the only thing we need to find is the orange and white edge piece. So if we just look around, we'll find it somewhere here. You see, orange and white, and we'll move it to underneath where it's supposed to be, and then just lift it up. As you can see, this piece is flipped. We need to flip it back so that the white and the white is corresponding and the orange is corresponding. So here comes our first algorithm to flip it. So you keep the flipped side on the right of you, and you do this algorithm. U, F, U prime, R. And as you can see, the piece is flipped back to how it's supposed to be. So, for example, if we had a piece like this again that needs to be flipped, you have to do the algorithm U, F, U prime, R. So now we have the piece flipped, just like we did with the other side. So now we have the white cross. So the next step is to get the corners in. So what you have to do is you have to find a corner that has a white thing. So this is a white, red, and green corner. So we have to find where that's supposed to be. And as we can see here, that white, red, green corner has to go here because it's white, red, and green. So we find that white, red, green corner. Where is it? Right here. And we move it to where it's supposed to be, right there. So now all we need to do is put this piece up here. So we're going to use a little bit of common sense and not much algorithm. So if we just move this piece out of the way, so that it's over there now, and then, so it's supposed to go in this piece. So we'll just have to move it down, and we can move it into its position. So now now the white and the white are matching here. So we just move it back up, so the cross is back to normal. And as we can see, the red and the green are correct, and so is the white. So that's one corner done. Now we found another corner right here, which is a white, orange, and blue piece. So if you find the white and orange and blue, which is right here, white, orange, and blue. So if we just move this piece all the way over to here, this is where it's supposed to be. So if we just move it out of the way again and bring this down, put it into its position and move it back up, you can see, you can check that this is white and white, this is blue and blue with the centerpiece, this is orange and orange with its centerpiece. So now we have this slightly weirder one. So this is a white, orange, green piece. As you can see, it's already in its position right below where it's supposed to be. This piece, though, isn't facing towards us. So what you're going to do is you're going to use another algorithm that, another algorithm is going to be coming into play now. So how to do this? So we keep the corner piece on the right and the bottom of us, and then we do this algorithm: R prime, D prime, R, D. So that this bottom piece is back to where this bottom layer is back to where it should be, and the piece is in position. So now we are just going to find the last piece that we need, which is a white, blue, red piece. So if you look around, find it here. So it's a white, blue, and red piece. And if you move it underneath where it's supposed to be, as you can see, this is another strange one because it's facing downwards. So we're going to do the same thing, except we're going to do it slightly different, this algorithm. So it's going to be R prime, D prime 2, which means you just do it twice. And then R, and then D. And then you have it back to facing the right. So then you just do the R prime, D prime, R, D, and then it's in position, and we have the entire white side solved. But to check, you have to make sure that all of these pieces are with the centerpiece, and these, and these, and these. So as I just did there, it is all correct. We've done the white side correctly, and we finished the top layer. So now that we have the top layer solved, we're going to move on to the middle layer here. Well, right there. So I'm just going to turn it around for a little bit so it's easier for us. So as we can see, the center pieces are already in their position as they're supposed to be. So now all we have to do is get these edge pieces in place. So as you can see, this edge piece has to be a red and green so that it matches with its centerpiece. So if we look around the top layer for a red and green piece, as we can see right here, a red and green, we just have to put this piece here. Well, flipped, but like to put that piece there. So to do this, we have to match this color with its correct color. And as we can see on top, it's the green piece that we need to put in there. So we have the green side facing us, with this is on the left right now. So the algorithm that we are going to do for to get this piece in there goes like this: U, F, U prime, F prime, U prime, L prime, U, L. And now we have the piece in place. So let's look for another piece. So if we go here, we need to find a blue-red piece. As you can see, this is a blue-orange piece. So if you look around for the blue-red piece, it is right here. So if we just match the color with how it's supposed to be, then we can, then as you can see, the top is blue, so we have the blue facing us. So we can put this piece there. And since this time it's on the right, we're going to do a slightly different algorithm. So it's going to go U prime, F prime, U, F, U, R, U prime, R prime. And then we have the piece in place. So let's look for another piece. So now we need a blue and orange piece here. As you can see, there's a blue and orange piece there, so we match it with its color, and the color on top is orange, so we have the orange facing us. And since it's on the right, we do the same algorithm that we just did: U prime, F prime, U, F, U, R, U prime, R prime. Then we have the piece in place. So I think there's only one more that we need to find. Yep. The green and orange edge piece. So if you look around, there is a green and orange edge piece right here. So if we match it up with its color, all we have to do is sit on the right side, and the green is facing us now. All we have to do is the same algorithm that we did the past two times: U prime, F prime, U, F, U, R, U prime, R prime. and the piece is now in place, so we have solved the entire middle layer. So now that we've solved the middle layer, we're going to be moving on to the last and final layer. The last layer, final layer, same thing. I don't know why I said last and final. There are three possible cases that you might get once you finish solving the middle layer. You might get a line, like a horizontal line, like I have here. So, or you might get a dot, like just a yellow dot with maybe a few of these corner pieces somehow there, but no other of these pieces. The other possible case, well actually there are two more possible cases, so another one would be that you get like an L shape, a backwards L shape, which I'll be showing you a little bit. The other possible case is that you have a full cross done. So basically the next step is to make a yellow cross. Sometimes you'll have the full cross done, so you'll basically just skip an entire step, and then you just have to move on it. So if you get the horizontal line, you hold it so that it is a horizontal line, and it doesn't really matter if it's like, if it's like this, or maybe the other color is facing you. It doesn't really matter which side you're on, as long as this is a horizontal line. So basically, all you have to do is another algorithm, which I like to call fru-ruf. So I don't know, it's weird. It's just what the letters spell. So it's basically FRU for fru, and then ruf is not just RUF, it's R prime U prime F prime. So if we do fru-ruf, so you'll get F R U, and then ruf is R prime U prime F prime. And then, as you can see, the yellow cross might be solved, or you might get the backwards L. So the other possible case is that you get a single dot in the middle. So all you have to do is the same algorithm. Doesn't matter which way you're facing. Whoops, wait, I think this is a bit right there. So it doesn't matter which way you're facing. All you have to do the same algorithm fru-ruf. So F R U, and then ruf R prime U prime F prime. And then you'll have the backwards L. Or you might solve the entire cross, but most probably you get a backwards L. So when you finish solving the middle layer, you might immediately get a backwards L, or you might get the dot or the horizontal line and then get a backwards L. So if you do get the backwards L, you have to make it so that it's in the top left corner. If you do it like that, that would be normal, and it's in the top right corner, and we don't want that. So we want it in the top left corner like that. So the algorithm that we're going to be using now is a little bit different from the horizontal line and the dot. It's fru-ruf. So the other one was fru-ruf. Now we're going to be using fru-ruf. So it's like the same thing. The first three are not prime, and the second three are prime. So fru-ruf, F U R U prime R prime F prime, which is fru-ruf, and you have the whole cross solved. So once you get the whole cross solved, you'll have a few possible cases. One will be that all the sides are, all the corners are already yellow and solved. Another will be that two of these corners will be solved. Another will be that only one of these corners will be solved. And the other one will be that none of them are solved. So right now here I have one that that none of them are solved. So all I want to do is you have to find a yellow face that is, that's not solved obviously, and point it towards the left. So once you do that, you do the following algorithm: R U R prime U R U2 R prime U. And once you get that, you'll basically have another case, which would be the one side solved, like I have here. So if you have the one side solved, all you have to do is you put it in the bottom left. It doesn't matter how you got here. You might have gotten it immediately after solving the cross, or like how I did it after this, or after doing another step that I'm going to be showing you later. So once you have the one side solved, you put it in the bottom left and do the same algorithm: R U R prime U R U2 R prime, and you'll have the entire yellow side solved. Sometimes you'll have to do it multiple times, so you'll get like one side solved, and you'll do the R prime U, sorry, RU2 R prime, and for example RU prime U RU2 R prime. You see, I still have the one side solved. You might have to do it multiple times. So if you do it multiple times, eventually you'll get to the whole yellow side solved. So another case you'll get is two of the sides solved. They may be like next to each other, like these two sides are solved and these two sides aren't, or they may be diagonal like I have here. So these two sides are solved while these two aren't. So basically all you have to do is find one of the sides that aren't solved and get the yellow face to face you. And then you do the same algorithm that we've been doing for the past, I don't know, few minutes. RU, R prime, U, RU2, R prime, and you'll get two sides again, and so you get one of the yellow faces that are unsolved facing you. RU, R prime, U, RU2, R prime, and you get back to the only one side solved. So then you put it on the bottom left, RU, R prime, U, RU2, R prime. You have to do it multiple times, like I've said before. Bottom left, RU, R prime, U, RU2, R prime. And you have the entire cube solved. Or, not the entire cube, sorry. The entire yellow face of the cube solved. So one more thing before we move on to starting to solve all of this and getting the entire cube solved. If you do get a case that only one side is unsolved on the yellow side, basically your cube was you probably, if you disassembled it, you have assembled it wrong, or maybe you've if your cube can like corner swap, if you corner swap, you'll get it wrong. So basically, if it's like this, basically there's something wrong with your cube, and the only way to fix it is to either disassemble your cube, and put it back together how it's supposed to be. Basically, the cube should never end up like this. So now that we have the entire yellow side solved, we're moving on to solving the rest of the cube around here, the rest of the third layer. So in very rare cases, you may get that the cube is already completely solved once you solve the yellow side. But most of the time that won't happen, and you'll have to do this next part. So the next part is to solve like these two sides here before we solve these edges. So you have to solve the corners. So what you have to do is you have to look for headlights, like two of the same colors, like this. So two of the same colors on the corners. So you match it with its correct side, like this. So now that it's matched with its correct side, you can see that this one piece is missing, but it doesn't matter. So these corners are matched with its correct side. So all you have to do is you have to put that on the back so that it's there. And then you have to do the following algorithm. So it's R prime, F, R prime, B2, so in the back, twice. Then R, F prime, R prime, B2, and then R2. And then you have the outside back, and you have all of these all headlighted, and maybe the side solved. So that's how we solve that step there. Sometimes after solving the yellow side, you may have a case where you have no headlights, if you know what I mean. So no of the two same colors like that. If so, it's not a problem. You just choose any side and do the same algorithm. So it's R prime F, R prime B2, R F prime, R prime B2, R2. And if you look around, you'll have headlights. And you move it and you match it with its color, as so. Put it on the back, and then same thing. R prime F, R prime B2, R F prime, R prime B2, R2, and then you have back to how we were before. Also, after solving the yellow side, if you have like a stripe of color like that, so that it like you basically solve a whole side. Some people think that this basically means that there are no headlights, but basically these are headlights because they're two the same color, matching with this side. It doesn't really matter what color this is. It could be the same color or it could be a different color, like orange. Orange could be there. It doesn't really matter, so you just go to the opposite side and you do the same algorithm that we've been doing all this time. And once you've done it, you'll get back to the same step that we've been at for a while. So once you've solved the headlight part, you'll get to a few possible cases, and the main one, the most probable one you'll get to is this one. That one side is solved and the rest of them, they're like different colors here in these areas. So all you have to do is kind of like forget about this side because it's already been solved. So you have to look at these colors here. So as you can see, that these colors basically have to move clockwise. So this has to go, this piece has to go there, while this piece has to go there, while this piece has to go there. So if it is going clockwise like that, you basically have to do this algorithm here. So F2, U, L, no, wait, yeah, L, R prime, F2, L prime, R, U, and F2 again, and then you have the whole cube solved. Sometimes after solving the headlight part, you may get something like this, where none of the sides are fully solved. Instead, like these two are swapped, and these two are swapped. So basically all you have to do is pick a side to solve. So you can pick any side, whichever one, doesn't really matter. So I'm going to pick this side, the orange side, to solve. Basically I need to get this piece, this orange piece, in there. So as we can see, this has to move counterclockwise now, instead of clockwise. So we do the same thing, except instead of U, it's U prime. So F2, U prime instead of U, L, R prime, F2, L prime, R, U prime instead of U, then F2, and then you'll get to that one side solved that you wanted to solve, and then these three colors. So you're able to solve the cube again. The same algorithm. F2, U, because it's moving clockwise. L prime, no, L, R prime, F2, L prime, R, U, because it's moving clockwise, and F2, and you have the cube solved once again. So now we have one last possible case after you do the headlight solving part. That basically this piece here is swapped with that piece. This piece here is swapped with that piece. So instead of moving clockwise, or when these two pieces are swapped, and these two pieces are swapped, basically it's the opposite pieces are swapped, like that. So all you have to do if you get anything like this is so you have to do the following algorithm, and this will be the only algorithm that we're going to use, M, the middle side. So all you have to do is M2, so you do it twice, U, M2, U2, M2, U, M2, and then you have your entire cube solved. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. It really means a lot to me. As I did tell you at the start, this is my first video on YouTube, so I hope you guys enjoyed, and hopefully I'll see you later. Bye.